Welcome to Albion War Reports, your source of live battle coverage featuring the top guilds and alliances of Albion Online. Today is December 26th, 2020. I am your host, the Shozen One, and I am joined today by Robinhoodrs on the play-by-play and Bogul on the camera. We are currently on a 15-minute delay, so if you have reports of live action, please let us know in-game on our characters, the Shozen One and Robinhood GM. We are currently watching the AAA Alliance, led by One Punch Man, fight against the hordes of Arch as they defend a castle in Grave Mound Cliffs. Robin, do you want to give us a little bit more information on who we're watching right now?
Yep, so I think a Big Banana's just here by himself with One Punch Man. There's no backup for them today. They've already wiped one lot of Arch that was sieging the castle beforehand. And now it looks like reinforcements have definitely just arrived for Arch. That's a massive blob just sitting outside this castle at the moment. And, I mean, we shall see how a Big Banana performs. I mean, we've seen him fight the waves of Arch before and come out on top. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be a nice bit of content. Elsewhere across the world, we don't have much action. There is no attacks on territories, and I believe there's only one major objective, which is the hideout of Surf, which is being attacked.
Okay.
I don't know if there's going to be a showing. It looks like a Big Banana's look for an engagement onto the courtyard, catching the front line of Arch off guard, one or two members going down. That's like the return is coming off from East Little Door. I don't think a Big Banana was expecting the push. It's going to be massive, nice blazing placement right on top of Arch. I mean, on top of One Punch Man there. The return comes in on the eastern side of the door, though, trying to stop this wave coming in. It's not going to work. Arch actually slowly backing outside of the castle. I mean, if you pushed it that far,
just keep pushing.
You take all the way, Shozen.
Yeah, you got to get the other guys in there to throw down the defensives to save those guys getting hit. You have to push those guys back, or your first wave is going to get deleted, like we saw right there. And it took a long while. It took 3 separate engagements by One Punch Man to delete that clump, but they did because there was no follow-up push.
That's right, and now they have One Punch Man have the elite guards on their back line. They have to clear these guards, else they're going to cause some crazy amount of DPS on the healer's back line. And I mean, Arch, this is the time for Arch to push in and secure the east and western side of the inner castle.
Now the guards are mostly down.
Take it for free.
Yeah, you want to go in while the opponent is still engaged on these guards. When they're this high level, they're the elites like this. They can do, like you said, work to the back line. As long as you can engage the front line, engage those meat eaters up there in the front. Oh, well, here they go. Here's another engagement coming from the eastern side.
Oh my god, that is so many people. The Brimstones are going to be connecting here. The Soul Scythe knockups. There comes the meteoroids landing down on top of Arch. It's not going to be enough range DPS. It seems like only a couple members of Arch falling. And now Arch are pushing in on the western side as well.
Good push.
A Big Banana just chilling on top of a blazing. They're all clubbed up here on the chest room. Defensive Locust is down. How long can One Punch Man survive?
Not much longer here, Robin.
The are coming in. The siege bows are raining down. I don't know.
That was a great engagement by One Punch Man, though. If they can just stop this, we've seen it before. If you can stop Arch's engagement, they're not going to come with a second wave. Maybe they can pull this off again. A Big Banana is calling the flea. This is a flea out the western gate. They're going to try to clump up here and then all go out at once.
Oh no. Oh no,
and they go right into it. That's not the way, boys. You needed to wait another 5 seconds.
Oh my god. I mean, the firewall stopped the retreat. They had no night helms up. The siege bow placement was down. A Big Banana's still trying to make his way outside the castle. Permafrost connecting on the choke point. Judicators down all across the board for One Punch Man. Arch, though, still picking off members left, right, and center. Maybe a Big Banana's looking for one more turn on the doorway. I think he's prospering for it. He's going to go in for it. The Soul Scythe leaps out. The countdown connects. The permafrost hitting it, but sadly not enough follow-up DPS.
There's only a third of their men left. There's a third of their men left. It's mostly tanks.
Oh man, I mean, props for the
engage with both our arcanes quickly.
The turn. I mean.
Now, if you had the Evensong there, if all your arcanes were on Evensong, I mean, maybe. One Punch Man. Maybe.
Yeah. Props to them. They tried.
They tried. They did. I mean, well, they were in a bad position once they got surrounded. We knew that.
Yeah.
And we knew that they were going to have to make a call to get out. My only concern, though, is that they waited too long when they were well, they didn't wait long enough to get out the western gate. They needed to wait and not go out into the red clumps that were waiting for them outside the door on the ground that just stopped them in their tracks and allowed them to get eaten up. And then they decided to turn once they had gotten a third of their men out. They were like, okay, we've saved a third. You guys should probably die too.
Let's
turn
figure
around
out
and
what
attack.
Dominant's doing here. In South Grove Thicket.
Okay.
I think there
Robin,
was a
did
little
you
skirmish, but no.
did you see things differently with the a Big Banana and One Punch Man there? Did they have a different choice?
No, not really. I mean, it's a do or die moment. It's like they either take the west and they delete the west and try and make a holding, or just like a full blown escape. And I mean, we know how One Punch Man plays. They are very, very. I mean, they don't really care, to be honest. Like
True.
if
They
they
are very
lose, they
aggressive.
lose.
Yeah.
They're just in it for the content, the enjoyment, and a Big Banana doesn't mind suiciding his men if it's for the content like that on the field. And looks like the siege is happening in favor of the boys in Last Warn. See how this goes. What's the doors looking like? We got Courtyard East down. We have East Little Door down. And then I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So we got a ways to go if the boys in Last Warn really want to push in and make their presence felt here. They have time. They have about 10 minutes remaining, actually, before they fail to secure the objective here in terms of season points. And is it Saturday today? That means
It is
Castle
Saturday
Loot as well. Yeah,
Castle Loot. That's why
yeah.
everybody's out here, trying to get these castles. They're waiting. We have Dominant out here and Sandstrand Dunes. Got Syndic at another castle. We've got Arch at a castle. We just saw them take down the AAA Alliance.
Seems like Africa now. Oh, okay, they have a 29% debuff.
Okay.
Okay, there's the rest of their Zarg. I was like, wait, where is everyone? And they're all the way to the east off my screen. Okay.
Oh, there
Little bit
does
of,
seem to be a little bit of engagement over here on Last Warn. Maybe we'll get a fight.
Yeah, I think Last One coming in with their engagement on the western side with the Courtyard. It's going to be a frontline engagement. The return, though, comes in, and the Brimstone's actually demolishing the engaging forces of Last One. There are one or two members hitting the ground, but some members still holding on strong with the hammers, just knocking away at that Courtyard. Nice engagement there by TTP. The Avalonian bows just tearing apart 5 members of Last Warn in the Courtyard. No defenses were up there, no heals at all, and they just got shredded. That was
bodies.
a nice engagement by the bomb squad.
Just a bunch of dead bodies now. Time for the loots.
I love those 2 hammers just knocking away 3 hammers.
It looks like Blue Army is trying to take a castle in Longfen Marsh completely unopposed.
What was that was shooting at them? It was like I've never seen that animation before. There it is. The little golden, like, balls. I don't know what that is. But it was
Golden balls. Okay.
looked like a crossbow. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's the auto fire of the crossbow.
Oh my god, that is absolutely tearing those tanks apart. I mean, you got like T8 tanks just melting half HP. Jesus Christ. I'm glad I'm not sieging any castles at the moment. That looks like it's going to turn into a meta. But nice engagement here, focusing those hammers, and once again, all those members going down. The return engagement, though, the damnation does pierce the front line. And there it goes. Another back and forth, just a small back and forth here for the castle. I expect the bomb squad of everything to probably come in off the wall any second now, as all defensives are down. Look at those. I mean, look at that damage. That the hammer of the tank nearly goes down there. Nice camland onto the front line. Sadly, no follow-up. And once this door goes down, it should. There we go. Finally, does go down. Everything are probably going to have to back up now. Africa now may be able to get a pick here. Nice use of the defensive icicle by the member of everything right there, just stopping the bomb squad of Last Warn coming in. Clear up those guards in time for the elites to spawn.
Yep.
And then you got your lore to take care of as well.
Let's see if TTP tries to make anything happen here.
Question: is Arch friends with Blue Army?
No. Arch just moved in force then to go take on this relatively small squad team.
Are they
In
fully
Longfen
engaged?
Marsh, yeah.
Nope, they
there's-
are in Longfen Marsh, as Bogul says. They are currently, Blue Army is in the castle. The doors are down. They're taking on the guards, but Arch is moving in and has just gotten to the gates.
Should we hop over?
We could.
Alrighty.
We can
Big
watch both.
Mojo
We can.
out
We'll,
today,
we'll
or
watch
no?
both. We'll try to keep an eye on both of these events, as I still want to see what TTP can do here against Last Warn. And there's a good engagement by TTP actually. Last Warn doing a nice bomb squad over the wall as well. Okay.
Looks like Blue Army is actually coming outside the castle to meet Arch.
Good
So-
call.
Yeah. Maybe just a wee peek here. Mojo looking to see what he can do.
He does need to find the right choke here because he does not want to get surrounded by, 400 Arch.
Yep. I mean, Blue Army's played quite a bit on this map before. If a fallback is needed outside the castle, they normally use the north side of the castle, just out like the choke point between the two waters there, and then they play off that angle. But apart from that, it looks like Archer actually backing off here.
Twice in a row, Last Warn has suffered some serious losses by engagements over the wall by TTP. They're looking at probably 10 dead from those two engagements.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna. I'll hop back over to Africa now. It looks
And
like
a third engagement now. 3 more dying over the wall and 5 more sent fleeing for heals. They get their heals, but then they gotta go now and clean up their dead friends' bags. Gotta go make sure those are picked clean. Wow.
Yeah, that's like the Zergs definitely for castle. It looks like Alva bows are definitely the key component here. Their
Okay.
range and their damage output is just phenomenal, and like it just reaches pretty much the whole entire width of the castle here. Like these little like walkways. So like all they have to do is just bomb them from the top, and we're seeing them slowly marching up here. We're probably going to look for another engagement, probably just on the front line soon enough. The hammers are still hammering away, though. I believe the eastern side is down. The inner door is down on the eastern side. Here comes the bomb squad onto the chest room. It's not going to pick off anyone, though. So a failed attempt here by Africa now.
But no
And-
return either. The Camland hit, but no follow-up on the Camland. But here from the western door, coming out, it looks like at least 2 people are going to get caught in that. Now the Camland picks up another 4, but nobody died. Well, 1 guy died from it. Sorry, 1 guy died.
I'm wondering why they're choosing to take the western side so heavily when the eastern inner door is actually down. Here comes another engagement with the
shot.
Alva bows, and look at that. Just the damage
saved
output
by
is
the
so
shell.
crazy.
Saved by Arcane. Very lucky there. Oh,
That was
the
a
return.
big
They're going to get
damnation
2 or
pierce.
3 from everything, I think. No?
Those Camlands are
They
connecting.
didn't even get those guys from everything up in the west. They survived. That's crazy.
Mental. I mean,
Well, they had him. It looked like they had him, but now we see it again. Last Warn keeps having to move back because they're getting picked off over the walls. The Avabos have the range on them, and they're doing work.
yes. At this point, if I was Africa now, you just rotate to the eastern side. There's no need for hammers or anything over there.
And I see nothing happen with this Arch versus Blue Army situation. It looks as if Arch is hanging out outside of a hideout, and Blue Army is taking castle.
Yeah, we did have a major fight against Arch yesterday, and they didn't like fighting in the open field. So,
All right.
I mean,
Blue
I
Army
don't know
is
what they're
now
doing.
on the move. They just mounted up, and I think they're running towards Arch.
Okay, well,
I
let
will
us
keep
know
an
if
eye on
anything
King
kicks
Mojo.
off. If they dismount and start fighting, we'll
They
hop
did
in over. It
dismount.
looks like reinforcements for Last Warn have just shown up as well. Maybe now we're gonna probably see a rotation. Yep, here it goes. Last Warn now rotating to the eastern side. Looks like the Alva Bomb Squad is actually going to engage first onto the front line. Damnation Pierce comes out. 1 or 2 members going down, but this is the chance for Africa now to delete this Bomb Squad, get them out of the way. But DPS
There was
playing
a save.
way too scared here. And
mean,
the
Palm
Siegbo
Carnivore
placement
goes
with the
down.
Camland, Permafrost connecting also. Arcane protection bubble there, saving a couple members of the front line. Whew.
Palm Carnivore, isn't he a member of Blue Army back in the day?
Who?
Palm Carnivore? Maybe not.
Don't think so.
Yeah, I remember him from somewhere I played.
Then again,
But
people do hop around quite a bit, so.
A lot, yes. That's one of the joys of Albion. You are allowed to move. You don't have to stay in the same guild.
Yeah.
And
One of
King
my
Mojo and the
dislikes.
boys are dismounted and running after Arch. Arch does not seem to want any of this.
Okay. We'll stick
So
on
far.
Africa now.
So far. I will keep everybody informed if this changes.
Okie dokes. Like Africa now slowly edging up on the eastern side here. Finally making some headroom into the actual inners of the castle. Reject party also here. Looks like the boys are going to be engaging on the front line. Damnation Pierce connecting. The siege bow placement was perfect. The return engagement comes in. I think the boys were expecting it though. The permafrost comes out instantly. But only a
the
couple
engagement
deaths.
has started over here, and BA has snuck around the backside of a group of Arch and just wiped them out instantly. There was no pushback at all. It was just DPS landed on top of them, wiped out. It looks like a dozen.
Damn.
And I don't know what Arch is doing, because that was like a dozen members just completely separated from the main Arch group.
Interesting.
And they want us. I said, if you guys fight, we might be able to show you on AOTV. And they said, nope, we're just verbal fighting today. Thank you.
Africa now finally edging up here. Reject party holding the Lord room, but it looks like the main engagement is going to be hitting the chest room here. But pretty much the counter off the bat. The Damnation pierces the whole entire front line. Camline connecting, Demon Armor reflecting some of that damage output back onto Reject party and the boys and everything. Camline catches the retreating forces. Another big Camline connecting as well. Bam! There it goes. Last Warn are just failing these engages time after time. I mean,
Well,
they're not even getting 1 or 2 kills. They're legit just walking up so
walking up.
snaked. And it's like, what are you even trying to do
have
here?
you watched a ZVZ before? Speaking of having never watched a ZVZ before, Blue Army split themselves while entering the castle and get caught by Arch. Lost a few members. Sure, they got some Arch members in return, but they need to kill 3 Arch members for every one they lose, or they're going to lose this fight. And now they are trapped inside the castle with Arch outside once again, and Arch seems willing to lose some dudes.
Oof. I mean, back on Africa now, I just opened up my mini-map just to look, and he's got dots on, like, the outer rim of the castle. He's got dots to the, like, courtyard area. I mean, what is going on? Like,
I see
we
these
normally
dots.
expect a lot better from Last War, and we've saw them time and time again, like, take castles with ease. It just seems like TDP are just stomping over the top of them at the moment, or someone else is shot calling apart from Africa now. I don't know.
Well,
Never
remember
perfect
that
engagement
TTP
here.
has some really good players, and sometimes these guys overperform. Like, they do better than we expect them to do on a number of occasions. TTP has
Here we
some
go.
good players, and Reject Party's no joke either.
Yep. I mean, they were expecting an engagement from chest room here, but yet they sent no tanks to stop the engagement, and it just stopped their engagement onto Reject Party in the Lord room. And I mean, once again, they're just split up and they're just getting demolished here.
Well, in the Longfen Marsh situation, we have Blue Army just poking back and forth out front. They're actually regrouping back inside now, as it got a little scary as the huge numbers of Arch have really added up. Now, Mojo is leading the boys out through an unoccupied door on the west and is wrapping around the Arch, who are unsuspecting here. Mojo going in, hits the soul scythe. There we go. Where's the follow-up? Oh, it is quick. It is brutal. And Arch are falling quicker than I'd have time to count. I can't count that fast. That's 7? Yeah, see, I can't count that fast.
Can't count that fast. Looks like Last Warn have actually finally made some headroom here on the eastern side. Everything actually giving up the chest room. Africa now actually not taking advantage of that and just still holding east inner stairwell here. And finally, looks like the western side group has edged up as well. Africa now should be doing a full push into the Lord Room. Just get this over and done with. They're all clumped up here. The Camlan's coming in. Damnation does hit. The Brimstone's falling from the skies. Everything doing what they can to try and counter the engagement. A lot of low health tanks at the front line. Once again, Last One getting pushed back down their staircase, but they're holding on. Finally, they got another group on the west that's applying some pressure. Another big camland in the front line. It's going to delete another group of Last Warn here. No defensives, no locusts, no heals, no nothing. They just got wiped off the edge of the map, but it's all she wrote here for the boys in TDP as the wave just comes in and crashes into the Lord Room, and it's GG. But they lost way too many people there on those engagements that they really needed to.
That happens, and then you get wrapped around and surrounded, and it can be over quick if the right group comes along and smashes you. Right now, Arch is still very loosely organized over here against Blue Army, and Blue Army is having its way. They just pick an area to attack, destroy it, then fall back.
Yep, hopping on to King Mojo out in the open fields outside the walls of the castle. So this is when Archer really comes into their own. When it's in the open field, they can surround and swamp you. I mean, at the moment, Blue Army are getting pushed back already. There comes the counter. The camland is huge. The knockup's huge. Any follow-up damage on that clump and it's deleted. There we go. Finally seeing some members falling for Arch. But it's only one or two. You would expect a more impactful engagement from Blue Army. Like, look how safe some of those players are playing. Their DPS are still hiding in the castle walls. They're not really playing up front. When Mojo is calling these engages, he goes on a 3-2-1 countdown. By the time he's already saying 2, you're popping your sprints, you're looking for that clump of the engagement. And at the moment, they're playing so snaked out. But Arch are actually retreating here away from the castle, it seems. And it looks like they may lose the lizard. It looks like all attention has been applied to this this battle mount here. See if they get it. Looks like Arch have just given up.
I don't know what happened with Arch here today. They kind of surrounded Blue Army, and then just half of them were mounted, half were demounted. It didn't seem like they had an actual shot caller, and nobody said go. So Blue Army just kept hitting them on the sides, and nobody said, okay, they're over here to the west. Let's all wrap around them. They just stood there in place and kept getting picked off like we're seeing right here. Group after group getting caught, picked off. Blue Army regroups.
I mean,
there's no counter. No counter.
There's no like frontline organization. It's like you see like then a wild Arch Brimstone hitting the whole entire clump of Blue Army's backline. Any follow-up engagement would have wiped that group, but they're just getting steamrolled at the moment. Blue Army just countering their engagements left, right, and center. Here we see another engagement coming in just to the south of our screens. It's going to be big. Mojo finding that engagement there with the Camland or the Soul Scythe. But, I mean, look at this. Camland, massive. The clumps are huge. The Brimstone connecting, just zero follow-up from an actual Arch engagement. It just, 1 or 2 members, like, syncing up their engages, and that's about it. Not the 100 or 150 members of Arch that are currently on the field.
Just grab a few of them, delete them, fall back, regroup. Hit another group, fall back, regroup. It's on rinse and repeat here. They're facing no like pushback from this. Yep, and Arch isn't even fleeing properly. They're kind of just hanging out going, is anybody ready to attack yet? Did you guys get your reinforcements? Okay, did everybody eat food? Okay, they just deleted 15 guys to our west. Did everybody pop food? Okay, hit your overcharges. No, relay that in TeamSpeak to all your different groups, please. And another 4 people die.
Yep. Cluster Q is now active, so we have another wave of Arch arriving from somewhere.
To kick out more Arch.
Yeah.
I'm guessing because of IP. So, I don't know.
I mean, are Arch going to fall all the way back to the territory here? I mean, what are those other blobs around the map? We have one by the castle, another one east of the castle. One was southeast there. It's like, what's going on? It looks like they are actually going to be falling back and taking territory holding here.
They should do something. They need some walls to protect them.
Yeah. Something might go in their favor. Big damnation pierce on that side of the clump. No follow-up damage. Looks like Blue Army's going to engage over the wall, though. One member of Arch
get
going to
one
drop
guy, yeah,
there.
he
It's
died.
not much.
Well, hey, they got their target. That they knew there was just one guy there. They annihilated him because he wasn't falling back.
Yep. Let's see how Arch perform in a territory
castle?
defense.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Situation.
territory. My bad. In a area with walls and chokes and some kind of defensive ability, using these guards to their advantage, something to their advantage, anything.
Yep. They pretty
Use
much
the
have
corner.
one front to defend, and that's it. That's all they have to focus on. One choke point, really. But I mean, look at them. There are so many members just mounted up, running around. Don't know what's going on. The Avalonian Hammer engagement from a wild Singapore Arch member coming out. The Camline connecting here. Here comes Mojo steamrolling in onto the front lines of Arch. One or two members dropping down to the floor. They're going to pull back here as the boys get Camline clumped. Any follow-up on that would have been huge. Defensive Locust coming out. The Avalonian Hammer connecting on the engagement. The heals, though, are down just in time. Defensive Locusts as well. The front line is going to survive there for Blue Army. And it looks like they're just going to fall back. Just maybe clear up some of these guards in their backline because they are just pummeling the healers at the moment. I'm pretty sure those healers are screaming out to get those guards cleared off their backline. But it looks like Mojo is looking for his next engagement. It's going to probably be up on top of where the mages is standing. I see quite a few members up there of Arch chilling. Here we go. The carpet's down, the engagement, the Night Helms. Massive clumps by the actual staircase where the mage is. Nothing actually really in terms of a major clump, but the return from the western side onto the back line of Blue Army is huge. The melees are taking full advantage of this. The western flank finally coming in. I believe it was Midnight Shadows Guild from Arch making that impactful play.
Well, somebody made a play, and they killed a couple of squaddies. That's impressive. They needed to do that. They finally had a good push. They need to sustain it, though. And here comes the return, and anybody who was in that initial engagement is dead. So they'll need to find new people to have a successful engagement against squad. But they should have seen those guys do
disgusting.
it. They should have seen somebody do that. They should have seen it. Go, okay, that's how it's done. Now it's our turn.
It looks like Blue Army are playing on two different fronts now. It looks like one has split to the eastern side of the map. So Arch have to defend two fronts now instead of just one. But it looks like they may be pulling out outside of the territory, maybe? Unless they're just holding on the tower. Cluster Q is not active anymore. So reinforcements, there isn't going to be many coming in.
Okay.
And it looks like Arch have indeed looks like they're pulling out. It looks like there's going to be a full engagement here for the eastern side. Here comes the western side engagement as well. Defensive locusts there used to protect the engaging forces of Blue Army. One or two members of Arch going down. Very little in terms of death happening there. But look at those clumps of Blue Army on the staircase.
Mojo and the boys are standing on top of the mage, just not giving it, any care. They're just standing on him, taking those shots over and over again. If Arch gets its shit together and turns, they could make them pay. But they're just, once again, standing there ready to be engaged upon instead of being the proactive force and using their numbers to their advantage.
And a blob just zoned in on the northwest side of the map.
I will take a look.
I don't know who that's going to be. Nice
I
Avalonian
have
Hammer.
a guess that it's going to be Arch.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's going to be
No,
Fleeing or...
it's not. It's PoE.
Oh, no.
It's Wadawell.
Wadawell?
Wadawell.
Wadawell.
And Flame. Flame is leading the charge.
Blue Army pulling out here. Are they going to be against? So yesterday at this time slot, Blue Army was against PoE yesterday.
Okay.
So it was a three-way fight. It was PoE versus Blue Army versus Arch. So
well, Wadawell is currently throwing shots up over the wall at Arch.
Yep, and it looks like Blue Army rotating around the eastern side of the territory here. Looks like they're going to be
as far away from
Wadawell
Wadawell as possible.
Full engagement here.
Yeah, onto Arch. They're trying to get away from Wadawell here. Maybe not. Maybe they're going up over the top.
Yeah.
Towards.
Oh
wow, just more Arch. There's no way. There's nope. PoE is moving to meet them. This might be two powerhouses fighting over the corpses of the fallen Arch.
We'll have to wait and see. This is when it
Hamster
determines...
Ass is trying to get in there, and Hamster Ass said no.
Yeah, it looks like Blue Army have focused their attention straight onto Waterwell here. Defensive firewall coming out. Night Helms are popped. It's not going to slow down the charge of Blue Army. Waterwell having no defenses in their backline. It's going to be a massive club connecting Permafrost to Brimstones. Once again, raining down. And nothing there from Waterwell to stop that engagement. I think a lot of them thought Blue Army was friendly, but nope. Definitely not friendly.
They're not friendly. Oh, here comes Arch now. Oh, boy. Arch is coming in forth into the back side of this, getting some payback for the beatings they took earlier.
Yeah, just building up their frontline forces. We see on King Mojo's screen here, the wave of Arch coming in, the name tags come swarming. Nice engagement with the Avalonian Hammer. Permafrost deleting that clump there, followed up with a Camland and the Bridled Fury daggers just slamming into that clump there. Blue Army in a very tight spot, though. They are stuck between Waterwell, of what's left of them, and Arch all the way to their southwest in the open field. This is when Arch come out into their own. Massive damnation pierce onto the backline of Blue Army. That's going to delete a good 5 to 10 members of BA here. They're going to have to start rotating. No, it looks like the return comes in on the looting bodies. It's going to be a deletion here. It's huge on the road. The boys in Arch just getting steamrolled by the return engagement of Blue Army. Don't get caught combat looting. If you clump up, you're dead. The AoE escalation is huge, and now Blue Army are back in their own little rhythm here. They're going to start clumping up, boosting up that health, and look for their next engagement. Arch a little bit wary now. They know that Blue Army still have an impactful force. Look at that clump over to the west of Mojo that was just looting on the eastern side as well. That clump's going to get deleted here. Brimstones, the Avalonian bows, and
like
the crossbows.
7 bodies there? Just
I mean, look at that. That's a clump. That dead.
all right, and it looks like PoE is leaving.
I mean, I don't blame them. They did lose quite a few members on that engagement.
They are the far eastern bubble is going out the door, and that's PoE.
Oof. Oh, it looks like Blue Army are back on their feeding ground. Meat's back on the table, boys. Here comes the next engagement.
Nice
Massive Camline Club. Grovekeeper locking that in place. 1 or 2 members going to die. Not
It's a slow fall. The 4 of them died.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, if it's going to happen. We expect, when you see somebody not die in that initial burst like that and there's no follow-up, you think the defenders are going to be able to throw up heals, resistance, anything to stop the slow DPS that'll come after, but we're not seeing that from Arch. Arch gets hit by that initial engagement, and then they scatter to the winds, and the DPS for squad slowly but surely takes down 5 to 10 members of Arch each time. Mojo apparently is bored with free loot and is going to go to the castle now?
Yeah, well, there is a blob on the castle, and the castle loot is still up. I don't know who's on it. It's going to be Arch.
Oh, they're going to get cleared out of here quickly. They're trapped in the chest room. There, you got nowhere to go. Oh, no!
Did they just get the lord? No, they didn't, right? No. Okay, I thought they got the lord down there. That group just getting deleted.
Oh, were they in PvE gear? What was going on?
I don't know. Bless them. I think they tried sniping the chest.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
I mean,
wow.
You might as well try and take it, right? If they didn't clump, they would have been able to take that castle.
Yeah, if they hadn't shown up on the map.
Yeah.
Chest is going to be up soon. They're going to go ahead and take that.
No, let it slide for a bit. They still have a lot of loot to collect from Arch, so
all right,
they'll probably pick up that chest loot afterwards. Here comes the engagement onto the advancing forces of Arch. Very, very dwindled down at the moment. I don't know if reinforcements are coming back for Arch, but at the moment it seems Arch are in just freefall. Like, I think they're going to be done here. I don't know if they're going to be able to gain another front. At the moment, it just seems like chaos. Blue Army looking for that clump here on the southwest, though. Are they going to get it? Looks like it's just going to be 1 or 2 members of Arch falling down. The rest are mounted up and probably fleeing to the nearest hideout, considering every map has 14 of them
Yeah,
around here. They
they
got a
got a
lot
few
to choose from.
hideouts. They can do some.
Yeah, they're fine.
In the meantime, on the other screen, I was watching a little bit of the Liberium hideout going down, or at least losing a shield over there in Far Shore area. The PoE guys knocked on their doors, and Dominant and the boys were out far further east, somewhere else, not really caring about it. So
Yeah,
was quite
Dominant and the
quiet
boys
there.
are still on the run.
Yeah. Looks like Blue Army though. They have eyes on another blob of Arch. A couple of deaths happening on the eastern side of the Arch blob. Blue Army though coming in on the western side. We're gonna see who they're gonna be up against. Hopefully we get another round of action here. Looks like the blob has indeed shifted though. They saw Blue Army coming in. Looks like the boys are going to be mounting up here and heading towards maybe the territory. I don't know where Arch is going to retreat to. There is a blob on the territory, albeit a little tiny one. It looks like reinforcements of Arch are actually coming in. So we may have another territory battle here. Quite a few members of Arch falling into the territory.
Yeah, well, they heard there was content. They're just going to funnel themselves in. Doesn't matter what kind of content it is. Arch likes content.
Oh, yikes! Not that sort of content.
Well, they were called in to give away free battle mounts, and they responded.
Yeah, I'm
raffle.
surprised Blue Army haven't called a focus fire on the mage. Just get it done. Get it out the way.
get
Get the defensives down.
It's
Blue
been up here the whole time.
very. Ooh, I thought he was going to go down then.
He was close.
Defensives were a little bit lacking on that. Very slow. But is he going to focus the mage? Just get it done? I think so. Get a couple demon armors on there. Reflect that DPS output. Make sure the Judicator armors are down constantly to stop the Arch engagement, and you're good to go. I mean, it's only a level 1 territory, so it shouldn't be that hard for Blue Army just to focus fire this down. It's like that's what they're going to do. Demon armors there reflecting the output from the mage.
Yep, and this is when if you're Arch, you have to go in and do something about this.
Yeah.
You can't just let them free take down your mage. Just at least poke off their DPS who are too far north, like Zot.
Yeah,
He's on the wrong side of the tanks.
Here we go.
Go ahead and pressure him.
Are they going to relieve enough pressure from Blue Army on the mage for it to reset? It looks like a couple members of Blue Army actually going down in that engagement.
More than a couple.
A lot of heals actually focusing the people on the mage and not the people on the west and the east. It just left them to die there. Very poor performance there from the healers and support players of Blue Army. The backline getting shredded there by that Bloodletter and the Spectre Jackets. Blue Army, though, still calling to focus on the mage here. Less than a bar health left.
And here's another engagement
going
from
in for a
Arch.
full engagement on the western side.
Brutal.
That's
They're
going to be
get
massive.
some kills here.
Come on, if you're Arch, this is your time to shine.
From Blue Army on that last engage. They're very, very low, but it's going to take a second engagement, maybe even a third, to push out the Blue Army and the squad, and they are doing it. They are down at least half their numbers in that front group. They're getting pushed all the way out of the territory. That was a really good job by Arch.
Great plays. Just waiting down that timer, and those melees in the backline, they were just shredding apart the Blue Army healers, and it was just insane. The return, though, comes in. 1 or 2 members of Arch going to hit the ground there. Defensives being used by the battle mount. It's like the lizard there spitting its venom onto the ground of the choke point. Resets coming down in the backline. Still that melee. That melee's just swinging his Clarent Blade around. He's loving life. It looks like another wave of Blue Army coming on the eastern side now. Surprised Blue Army King Mojo's side didn't fully engage on the wall here. I mean, there was a nice little clump. Looks like that group's going to get deleted. There it goes. Camline connecting, the Brimstone's raining, the Permafrost as well. The usual DPS combo we expect for ZVZ.
A Big Banana is currently engaged as well over here. Against
Versus...
who?
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 Oh, who?
Let the dogs out.
I like it, Bogul. I like it. Well, looks like the mage got reset, so here we go again.
Go again, Mojo. You got this. Just defend yourself this time.
Yeah, the eastern side doing their engagement here. Gonna actually drop quite a few. I saw some skulls appear on the minimap. It looks like Archer coming in for their engagement. Blue Army spread out, though. It looks like the return on the western
Nice
side.
defensive soul sight
Very
going
nice
up the
play
hill.
here.
But they got to keep that pressure on that mage. So if they want to clean him out, they don't want to get him down to 1 bar again.
Nope.
I don't know if they have the men now. I'm looking at Blue Army, and there's a lot of dudes out of cluster.
Yeah.
They went from, what was it, a 28 to a 24. Okay, I guess 24 you should still be able to do this, even against Arch.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, looking at
the
Mojo's
mage reset
party,
again, by the way.
he is down 1, 2, 3. So from just Mojo's party alone, he lost 3 healers and 2 supports. It looks like, just off the top of my head from names. So that's quite a big, impactful deletion from Arch in terms of like deleting core members of the Zerg.
Yep.
So I mean, they got a spot just to wipe BA here if they really put their minds.
And now the BA is once again going for the mage. Absolutely. And this would be the 3rd time they could reset the mage. If they can pull this off, that's really well done by Arch. Even if they don't win during this full engagement, just resetting it a 3rd time and making BA continually fight the mage and lose their members.
Oh, and it just reset again.
I don't know how it reset there.
Probably leashed onto a healer, and the healer was out of range.
The healer was out of range, yeah.
Yep.
That's
the trouble with the mage. That's why you get so clumped up with the mage, because it just resets so easily.
Yeah, it is a powerful tool in your disposal when you're defending a territory. Use your mage. Yep. Use it. Use your guards. Engage when they're engaged. Like, now is when you engage. See that they're, like, tanks are at half? That's when you engage. Like, well, actually, I'd wait right now. Now that the defensive bubbles are down, now you engage. Well done, Arch. That's the time. Make them spread out. Well done.
Looks like Mojo's party is in charge of counteracting the engagement, though. Nice clump on the staircase just past the mage itself.
And the mage is going to
delete
reset.
1 or 2 members of Arch.
Oh, God. They're getting very far away from the mage.
Like, Rainerson's still holding aggro of the mage
Good
for now.
job.
I mean, surely BA should see that the mage is half HP. Just focus on it, get it deleted, and just fully engage onto the tower. I mean, now's your chance.
This is nasty.
Sadly for Arch, this is just a countdown into their death.
Is it, though? I mean,
I don't know. I think so.
Africa Now versus Raid right now in Glacial Fall Pass is another bit of action that we have going down. Africa Now is doing a great job holding the choke as lots and lots of Raid are trying to bust through and wipe out Last Warren and Last Warren 2.
Well, it looks like Arch just took advantage and deleted another wave of BA there on the western side. I'm seeing quite a few core members of BA down in terms of support players and healers as well, DPS as well. So 1 bar health left on the mage. It didn't reset with that engagement. It looks like everything is getting pummeled into getting this mage down. Here comes the next wave of Arch engagement. Everyone's clumped up here.
Oh my God.
There's no support locuses down on the ground. Finally, one at the front there. The mage is down. Territory defense is disabled. This is it. The carpets are down for Blue Army. They're going to be charging in here. And Archer in full retreat out the northern side. Any soul sight on the retreating forces, defensive and nurturing, stopping the melees coming out through the choke point. Nice defensive plays there by Arch. They only lost probably like 5 members on the retreat here.
Now they're losing more.
Slowly but surely. Oh, that behemoth doesn't. It's not in a good spot.
It's not going to get out of there.
It's
done.
It's in a door.
It's silenced. It's done.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna. Oh, they're going any way they can. Mojo, don't go inside there. Don't do it.
Oh, he says battle mount inside.
Oh, he does. Okay. I'm currently watching a Raid fight against Last Warren still. Lots of corpses on the field. If you, Bogul, check this out. Look at the pile of 12 corpses right there to the south.
Africa Now.
Another big engagement by Africa Now.
Oh, okay, I'm on it.
Wow. That's more corpses on the field by Raid. Raid generally pretty good in these ZVZs. completely splitting their forces. They're trying to do a wraparound, hitting them from both the west and the east here, and it's just splitting their forces. And I don't know if it's working out well for them because the last two engagements I've seen both go in the favor of Last Warn.
Yeah, looks like a little bit of open field here. There was a bomb squad that engaged on the healers on the valley here, which deleted them. 4 members of Last Warn falling. Looks like Raid have rotated around again though towards the castle. Very tiny choke points to play off. I think Africa is getting a little bit of feedback that the bomb squad's still to his west. That's why he keeps checking back there. But I mean, good luck to whoever crosses that choke point to his east. That's a death choke right there. We shall wait and see. Looks like overcharges have broken for quite a few members of Last Warn. I'm seeing quite a few of them naked with 1 or 2 pieces of armor and weapons on them. I saw that healer there just butt naked with his boots on and a healing staff, and that was it. Like Last Warn looking for a wraparound here. A little bit slow in terms of movement for the actual Zerg itself. We saw this when they were fighting in the castle before. Very, very slow movements. Like not keeping up with the shot caller. I'm kind of confused as why that is. Normally, like they're always on top of Africa now, moving around as a unit. But so far, like what we saw today is just pretty poor performance in that aspect. It looks like Raid have actually fallen back into the castle itself now.
Well, Raid really caught the worst end of that on 2 different occasions. That split did not work for them in any way.
No.
I mean,
That's
you
a
say
lot
they
of
may have
bodies.
gotten some healers out of that. They definitely lost a lot of everything by getting those 4 healers.
Yeah. I mean, look at it now. Like, to be honest, I don't know what the hell's going on. You got some members of Last Warn mounted up, running around. Got
A little disorganized, yeah.
yeah. They're definitely playing off 2 fronts here. But surely you should know what your main shot caller sounds like. It's like Raid just chilling in the castle here. This could be a perfect engagement for a bomb squad, but so far nothing in from the boys in Last Warn. It's like the ballista though shooting away at that eagle. It's like Raid are actually coming out. They did get stopped from courtyard. 1 or 2 members of Last Warn though falling on the western side of the little door. I just saw it pop up on my map.
Mm-hmm.
Africa now very scared to enter that castle.
Well, he's got to make some kind of play here. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, it's just a standoff.
I like dancing as much as the next guy, but
Yep. Nice
there's
count
more fun
line.
things to do.
I mean, very, very cautious plays.
Well, I guess now is as good a time to any. Albion TV will be back again at 19 UTC with 20v20 coverage today. So we'll be watching the city fights. Ron will be joining us for that. And then we'll be back again for 5v5 Crystal League with Lupac at 20 UTC.
Yeah. Quite a bit of content lined up here for the Saturday evening. If Last Warn and Raid actually want to engage, we can carry on the ZVZ show. But so far, it's just a diddy dance back and forth.
A bit of the Diddy dance.
A bit of a diddy dance.
I don't know that one. I know the Drake dance, but not the Diddy dance.
The diddy dance is what Africa is doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Just diddying about, back and forth. I mean, who owns this castle? Surely it's Raid, right? Let me look. Yeah, Raid own it. Okay. Let me check if the castle loot's been taken real quick. Let me have a little peek inside the castle. It's still up in there. Okay. So Raid haven't actually secured the loot from the chest yet.
Wouldn't they just walk up to it and take it? I mean,
yeah, but then they have to get out. The only way for them to just like get out without getting fully engaged on is to loot it and then have that member log out and then just come rescue him like
Later.
30 minutes or an hour
An
later.
hour, yeah.
Yeah.
That seems easier than just face tanking last one right now.
Yeah. But
From a purely strategic perspective, I mean, and especially if you can secure it, like have that down, then you're gonna have to fight anyways.
yeah. I mean, it would make sense. I mean, it's like pays for half the loot pretty much of a full wipe on a castle.
Okay. Well, I'd rather not full wipe on the castle and not get the loot than full wipe and get half my loot back.
I just hate how slow and passive Last Warren are playing right now. It triggers me so much.
Yeah.
Like,
Is it because your job is to call the fights?
yeah. And like from like a player perspective as well, like I hate it when like a castle fight comes to this. It's literally the worst and the most boring thing. Just waiting around, like waiting for the call to come, and you're just standing around diddy dancing for 5-10 minutes.
I mean, is it like hold
Yeah.
like that?
If
Or-
you're like, just chill. We're not gonna push in here. Just chill. We'll wait for them to make the move, and that's literally all you hear for like 5-10 minutes.
oh,
Yeah.
well, maybe during that time somebody can play like a song or something.
Well, make sure that it's not like copyrighted song. You don't want to be going to jail.
On Teams Discord.
Okay, it's streaming.
I mean, no, I mean,
Stay safe out there. Buy licenses to all your songs. Only play your own music on the harpsichord.
what now? Harpsichord?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's an instrument, Bogul.
Harpsichord.
It's grandpa music.
Are we gonna
See a
be
fight?
staying
No.
here, or are we gonna call this? Because it looks like Africa now literally has not moved from this one location.
What, you don't have great banter to fill the next 30 minutes while these guys decide if they're going to fight or not?
Definitely not.
Did you get everything you wanted for Christmas and Boxing Day?
I did.
You got a pair of socks. Good.
Yeah, I got a pair of socks, some boxer shorts.
Oh, you're done.
Some t-shirts,
Oh.
a pair of jeans, some shoes. You know, the normal. The Lynx
Nice.
Africa deodorant set, like
Oh,
every
jeez.
UK person should get for Christmas.
Is it a requirement?
It is. It's mandatory.
Okay, it looks
Looks
like
like-
there's a little bit of action here.
Finally.
Thank you.
Yes, Africa
Yeah.
now. Drag that cowman into your bomb squad and don't get countered on. Luckily for you, that could have been a full wipe there of your bomb squad. I mean, is this Africa now? The real Africa now?
I mean,
Dude,
I don't
that
know.
was like-
Message him something only he would know. Message him something only he would know. See how he responds.
Did he like let his like little cousin play on his account?
No,
and
that would
shop
get him
off or something?
banned.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't do that.
bannable.
It's
Can't do
illegal.
that.
Maybe he's been celebrating Boxing Day pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, judging from his movement so far, it looks like that is the case. Raid now pouring out the
Lot of
castle
Diddy
onto the
dancing.
choke point. Damnation connecting. The permafrost, though, misses onto the clump. The return, though, is going to be coming in. Africa now looking for the return. That's going to be big. The permafrost and brimstone finally connecting. Raid taking some L's there. The Beetle a little bit late there from 6KA trying to stop that engagement. But the attempt was there, and it looks like we're now back to a little bit of a diddy dance.
You love that Diddy dance, man. Don't be mocking the Diddy dance.
A little bit of diddy dancing. Oh, looks like Africa now playing a little bit more aggressive. Actually, no, his Zerg is still chilling back over the choke. Okay. Raid now falling back into the castle.
Which they do.
Yep.
They're good at that.
Looks like they're going to be focusing on the western side.
No,
is when it-
Carlo. Don't die.
This is when it would be perfect if we had like the little camera, like free cam rotation
Just
thing
to
for like
go
western
around the
Little Door.
castle to give everybody just a little bit of view what was going on and then come
Yeah.
back to somebody's fight.
Yeah, one can dream.
It would all be
Hopefully,
orange.
maybe. Who knows?
Oh,
It
what's
may
that?
come.
There is some fighting going on in the court. At least a bunch of people got deleted, I think, by the
Yeah,
bomb
over
squad.
on the west, there's a good fight going on right north of Africa now. Is he going to head up there and see it, or no? He's
Oh,
going to go in
finally,
with the bomb squad.
engagement. Oh, that's going to be massive, actually. I hopped over the wall there in free roam, and it actually took out quite a few members of Raid, the Brimstone landing perfectly on that engagement. I'm going to try and get a little bit of a better angle here.
We have a shout out to Arch being the main content of ZVZ. Really shows how alive the game is right now. Keep it up. You jigs. Good shout out.
For real. Arch keeping the content going there for Albion. I did just switch over to the Raid camland that's inside the castle.
That was an engagement by Last Warren. Well done. Didn't finish it off. Had the opportunity to finish off 10 members of Raid there and just kind of let him go after a really good engage.
Yep.
I don't know what that did. It look like there was a lot of counter engagement on that, Robin?
No, none at all. And it's like,
why would you stop? Here's some nice engagement. Are they going to follow this up? That's how you follow it up. Get a kill. Deep Side knows what it feels like to go home.
yeah,
Who's gonna
Africa
join?
now also engaging here in the courtyard. The Brimstones once again landing, no follow-up damage. I see one person that's green name tag. Oh wait, I'm bugged. That would explain it.
I only see one green name tag. Africa
go.
now down to one partner.
I fixed it.
Okay, yeah, we do get a bug that turns everybody orange. It can be really confusing sometimes. So if you hear us really off on the calls, there's a chance that, you know, small chance.
Raid really pushed out here. Nice defensive silence pool on the choke point there by the Raid Camland tank. Looks like they're looking for a little bit of a rotation, maybe to the southeast side here. Africa now still holding this choke point outside the castle. Raid finally edging back out here, but they don't want to overcommit. It seems it really does seem like Raid have the overpowering force here. Last Warren seems very low on numbers, especially on Africa's side. I'm surprised they haven't done a full wipe. Nice. Is that the even song? Yeah, I believe so. Raining down.
Yeah, that
finally
purple,
the cleanse
like,
coming out. Yeah.
Ripper, yeah. It's a nice little tool.
Nice.
Get to play offensively as an arcane. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, that thing hurts.
It
Especially
does.
when you spread it around to the Zerg. Oh my god. Need a cleanse on the front line for that bad boy. Once again, the silence pool coming out, just stopping any sort of engagement here from Last Warren on the choke point. Raid, I think Raid are looking for a full push here. They are edging up quite a bit. We're probably going to see it soon. Like Carlo just pushing the choke point. Triple inertia rings crossing rings is crossing rings. Looks like the engagement is nearly... Oh, that was nearly a full Camland clump there. But unfortunately, not enough for Raid. The return engagement, though, comes in. Raid crashing over that choke point that Armor Pierce does connect. Africa now, though, melting away by the fire. And he's 5 HP.
Is he's still alive?
He's still alive.
15!
There he goes. The Cleric Cow saving his life there from the ice block. And he finally gets some resets down. But Last Warren, full retreat now as the full engagement of Raid come crashing in. They are non-stop pressurizing the boys in Last Warren as they get Avalonian hammered back. Last Warren are just crumbling. No defenses are down here. There's no turn. And Raid are just steamrolling over the top of them. Finally, we see an engagement from Last Warren, but it's not going to be enough. Only taking out 1 or 2 members here. And the boys in Last Warren, nice play with the Eagle there, just shutting down the spells being used in the retreating forces of Last Warren. All that little electric shocks that you see them on the players, that's going to stop them from using any spells while that effect is still on them. And Raid just swarming in here, maybe a little bit scared. They did see the last engagement that just came out from Last Warren, but Look at this. They're just getting pushed all the way up the road. I'm looking at the minimap. They may take the eastern choke point down the valley. Nice damnation pierce on the front line of the attacking forces of the raid. Last Warren looking for a turn. Nice knock up there by the soul scythe. The brimstone's connecting. Raid actually falling back. The only things that are causing havoc in the backline are indeed the beetles and the melees and some wild Grovekeeper tanks here from raid. Look at the pressure applied here. Last War just marching up the road, slowly but surely. Some of them are actually mounting up and fleeing into dead ends. I'll just check my mini-map. Nice use of the silence pool on the beetle there as they channel through a very tight choke point. Africa now looking for maybe one final engagement here. I mean, his boys are just getting torn apart left, right, and center. He's probably going to look maybe for one turn on the bridge.
There's nothing there. There's no turn.
No.
The turn is turning around and going to the city.
Yeah, they're done.
Well, hey, at least they decided to let us end the show.
Yeah, thank God.
Thanks, Africa. Now we appreciate it. Your
Thanks for
sacrifice
wiping.
was worth it.
Yep. And it's
What
just a
went wrong
full-
for them there? Because they did seem to be in control for a good while. They were the ones being aggressive, holding the castle, holding their opponent in the castle. What happened? How did they lose that so badly?
I mean, Africa Now's side just lacked any like aggressiveness. They let Raid come out the courtyard, come out onto that choke point by the road, and once they gave up that choke point, it allowed Raid to just push from the courtyard and from the west little door at the same time. And if you look at the mini map real quick, between the west little door and the courtyard, it's
Mhm.
that long strip of road that has like a valley. Well, I wouldn't say valley, like a choke point pretty much.
Yeah.
From top to bottom between the two choke points. Raid were able to come around and just engage from both sides, sandwich Last Warren, and just pretty much push them and carry on pushing them up the road. And Raid just with superior numbers at the end of the day, and all those battle mounts applying pressure. They had the eagle with the shutdowns of the spells. They had the beetle as well with the silences. They had the behemoth as well, and I believe they had a command mammoth on the field. I mean, that's a lot of battle mounts to go up against, especially when you're retreating down a very narrow roadway. But I mean, props to Raid. We see them time and time again. Raid are just performing out of their minds
Lately,
in
yeah.
ZVZs. They're
I've
learning.
heard,
They're doing well.
yeah, I've heard interesting things. I've heard rumors that what Pradat's told us is false, and that this is Reddit's, of course, and that what is actually going on is that he wants to fix the Outlands like he fixed the cities, so that they can just choose who's going to win each season and have zero fighting in the Outlands, which is completely the opposite of what he told us on the show.
Yeah.
So
Weird.
I don't see that in what he's doing, as I see him fighting. That in itself kind of sounds like PoE propaganda.
Yeah.
You know, that sounds like somebody saying, "No, you're the one who wants to eliminate content in the black zones. You're the one who's trying to make it a big blue donut, not us. It's you." I
We
don't
shall
know.
see. I mean, talking about PoE and Raid, I mean, there was no launches today. Maybe they're going to resume the war after
Christmas,
after Christmas, maybe even after Reset Day.
Or maybe that weird Redditor was right, and that
Hmm.
PoE and Raid have joined forces in just making a giant blue donut for the world to sit in calmly and gather.
Peacefully.
Filling
We
their
shall
bags
well, we
full
shall
of
wait
loot.
and see. I mean, who knows, right?
You never know. It's always like a toss-up with these guys.
Yep.
But on that note, Robin, it's time.
It's time.
We are out of here, guys. We're going to be back here in Bogul. How many minutes? 10 minutes?
I mean, now it's 35, 40, 50. I mean, we'll be back like 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes? Okay, yeah, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes with the 20v20 Crystal League, where we watch the new Crystal League for the cities. Robin will be joining us for
the
that.
cities.
Well, it's not for cities, is it? It's just
You're-
20v20 crystals.
Yep.
We call them city fights, but there's no city to fight for.
Nope. And
Just
that's
the
going to be
city in my
level
heart.
3s and 4s.
Okay, should be some good action then.
Yep.
All right, we'll come back for that in, like Bogul said, just about 5 minutes. We are on delay, and there will be a raffle during that show, so stick around.
Oh my gosh. See you in a bit.